How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Zero Escape VLR. You remember in the last episode, the last very, very long episode, we got the lunar ending. That taught us a lot. There looks like there's only one major ending left, and that is going to be this one right here. All the rest are going to be bad endings. I'm not sure if it's worth going through them or not, but let's just see what happens here. How do we stop Phi? We've got to have the answer now. There's nothing left to find out.
You chose ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. I did too.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Oh, it's not confidence. I already know.
What?
Let's just go have a look, shall we? We'll know pretty quick whether I knew anything or not.
Okay, let's go.
Probably gonna have another long episode coming soon. This didn't look like much, but it could turn into a very long thing.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
You got it. Hit me. So we didn't know. We don't know shit.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet.
Yeah. So why is this a major ending? What the hell, Phi? Why'd you choose Betray? You chose Ally before.
I see. So you remember it too. The other round 2.
What? It wasn't even close to the response I expected. It felt anticlimactic. Hold on a minute here. You know? You remember how I chose Betray last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose Betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Not that again. Yeah, I do remember that. Then this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Yay for you, I guess? Wait, no, that didn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. How could we both know about an earlier round 2? How could there have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? That was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there was no way I could know what happened in it. No way I could know. At least I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remember Phi choosing Ally and scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this.
I'll make sure you pay.
Haven't you already made me pay
Even if it's
once
the last
before?
thing I do.
How many times am I going to have to pay? Why don't I know that? That's more importantly, what if I remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game, when I was playing against Alice. I'd seen something. Phi and I had chosen Betray. But for some reason, I'd seen a reality where we'd chosen Ally instead. Suddenly I realized I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover, and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose Betray, Phi?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't vote ally.
Phi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance and I could see her mind working. Finally she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Haven't we seen this already? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey, wait. I scrambled out in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No, I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were this kind of person who would ditch the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... What? Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
Can we stop here this time? As she spoke, Phi bent down. then shot up into the air over my head. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. We can't get out of this, can we? Let's just skip ahead. I felt myself speaking before I knew what the words were. Oh, elapsum semel ocasionum non ipsi potest Jupiter reperende. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Are you sure this is how you want it to end? What about the Nonary game? 0. The bombs. We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want?
Fine.
Fi slowly let go of the lever. Whew. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did
Forget about it. This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
it. No, we are talking about round 1. We're...
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah, you're right.
Huh? I don't get it.
It's kind of offensive,
Well,
but okay.
at least it seems Fi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah, I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
The AB game will continue until someone opens the number 9 door. If someone reaches 9 BP and doesn't open the door, the game will keep going.
Oh man, that's a relief.
Please don't scare us like that again.
Now what? This could go on for a while again, I feel.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the star round.
Oh crap.
Star keys are required to open the gates.
We got another puzzle room there.
There is no set limit
'Cause we haven't got the star key yet.
of the star keys.
Shit, I thought we were done with that.
The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? And that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as...
You probably won't be able. There's a
Yeah,
period of time.
Based off the...
We already know that. 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that... Didn't Zero...
Let's just skip ahead. Alright, what do we got? Red solo.
I'm a magenta pair.
Me too.
That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great.
Yeah.
Red means we're with the cyan pair.
Who's gonna be my partner then?
I am.
I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
We have to go with the cyan pair to do through the white door. Wait a second. If Luna and Clover are a magenta pair, Vi's a cyan pair, and Kay's a yellow pair, who the hell am I supposed to partner up with?
The cyan pair, I imagine.
Vi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure that?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue.
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
White.
Exactly.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Looks like we got another puzzle room. Could be a couple more episodes yet then. This must be the true ending we're on then, surely.
Yeah,
Vi
I
ending.
saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about.
Fingers crossed everyone gets out alive this time.
They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What
Me
about
too.
the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes, if we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
I wonder what colors they are.
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. I'm kind of worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Fi. She nodded back. See, the truth is...
What?
Oh no!
You found another bomb?
Where?
Yeah. In the garden.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No, no way. We checked every part of that room.
There was a number on this one too, it said 01. Since the one we found in the crew quarters had 03 on it,
You
well...
think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could
Maybe
be
we can
anywhere.
find Bomb too, that'd be nice.
But even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
You can't
Okay,
fight
Kate.
an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see.
It gets very confusing about how much information we have. Sometimes we have a lot more, sometimes we have a lot less, it really depends. Quite a bit
1
actually.
hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet
Enough
back
for
at the
what?
infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right, I'll tell the others too.
Good, let's go. Is the white chromatic door round even gonna happen? That's the question. Are we even gonna get that far? Who knows? Yeah, it gets hard to follow because you don't know how much information your character actually has. Sometimes he has a shitload of information, sometimes not so much. Right now we don't seem to know that Dio is the bad guy. We don't seem to be aware of that. Even though sometimes we are. Right now we're not. So these are the white doors that Kay and Clover were talking about. Yeah, there's the lock thing. No question these are chromatic doors, I guess.
So it seems.
Ah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
Creepy. Seriously? I didn't notice you at all.
Oh, I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
So what do you want? Why are you stalking me?
I'm not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. But how'd you do it? You were totally silent. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yeah, actually. Get back down here, Batman. You also jumped super high all the way up to the ceiling. You got robo legs, huh?
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Graffiti? Yes. Oh yeah, that. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Did a kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
Is it spelled wrong? They managed to spell ninth wrong. He puts an E in
You're
there.
right.
Then again, maybe it means something. You always point that out.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Now, give me a little credit. Even I know what memento mori means. You see it all over the place. As far as I know, it translates to something like, be aware of death, or remember your mortality. Never forget that we all die someday. I guess it's a sort of cautionary thing.
What about the other part?
It's exactly what it says on the tin, right? Some sort of conditional about lions and suns. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Well, let's see. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. I repeated the words over and over in my head, but nothing. Whatever they meant, it was beyond me. But perhaps by Latin.
Huh?
Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure more of it
Well,
out.
I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
Are you a doctor? Then how do you know that phrase? Elapsum semel... You know the one.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment, then took it.
Look at the back.
I turned it over. Okay, so I guess the I is pronounced like a J in Latin, huh?
Yeah.
What is this?
A memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does it mean?
She died right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents, and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently, it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one. I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name.
You are a bastard. Not as much as Dio, though.
I don't even know if he's alive.
Oh. I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I just handed her back the brooch.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant. Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language. Elapsum semel occasionum non ipsi protest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't.
Turn back time.
We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
Yeah,
There's
I
something
agree.
else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb.
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere else?
yeah. Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started towards one of the exits. I followed. Where are we gonna look? How have we not found the number 2 bomb yet? That's insane. And we need to go get the input device again. Which we definitely don't have in this run. Oh, maybe we do. I don't know. I actually don't know. It's very hard to keep a track on what timeline we're in. If you were actually Sigma, it would be horrendous to deal with. Trying to deal with... You didn't know what reality you were living in. What was true and what wasn't true in the reality you were in at the time. Couldn't imagine it. It'd be unbearable. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now, where the hell do we start looking? Pull all the books off the shelf.
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
We don't have eventually. We've got an hour. So what about that Jupiter stuff?
We can talk while we look. Now get started.
Get on with it then. I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while I spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate.
Between timelines.
It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds.
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. Talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
Like how time travel works in Dragon Ball. Yeah. What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Yes. Kind of. I think I've heard it once or twice.
Oh, well, I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move? Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips. Anything?
Heads, shoulders, knees, and toes. I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she asked. Scratch head.
You scratched your head just now, right? But you could have chosen to cross your arms or put your hands on your hips.
Correct.
Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches is an alternate world, a world where a version of you did something different. Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things anyway? That's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
I've simplified it a lot.
Thank you. For my monkey brain.
Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second there. I'll let the microorganisms slide, but there's no way the air is conscious of anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision at that level? How different are you from the air? I'd say not much. Human existence is just one part of reality.
Air is not really as complex as a human, or any living organism.
Falling in
okay.
love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter. That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out.
Anyway, can we get to talking
Hey,
about something that
stopped.
might be helpful?
Are you done with that shelf?
Not
Well,
yet.
keep looking while I... How familiar are you with quantum physics?
Slightly.
Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you.
Shut up. Stop making me feel like a dumbass.
Let's see.
I like physics.
Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Sure. I handed the box I've been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... Ah, there's a stuffed lion over there. Perfect.
Yeah, eating the ninth sun,
He's
I
part
see
of
him.
Felidae, too.
2. Who else is part of Felidae? I'm not a freaking cat. Well, she grabbed the lion and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. She also took the weight and an ink jar and put them next to the lion.
Alright, everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters
Are
about
we doing the
Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's cat thing?
It
Oh my
relates
God.
to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for
This'll
the...
only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
There's a stuffed
From
lion.
now on, that's a cat. A living
Okay.
cat. This is important. Got it?
Yes, we're doing the Schrodinger's cat. It's a cat, meow.
Oh man, this again?
Sorry. I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe.
Me too, it's horrible.
Ugh, maybe I can just ignore it.
I can't. For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Alright, what else do you see?
A weight that's not even pawned, and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
What? I'm getting out of here.
Idiot. It's not really full of gas. This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas. So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material,
And the jar of ink?
full of gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing you need to know about the jar.
Oh, yay, thanks. I needed the arrows.
If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break.
How? How the fuck could alpha particles break a glass jar?
These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check. And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
Yeah, the cat dies.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat won't die.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
50-50. What are we talking about here? Like, we might as well just flip a fucking coin.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
You can't possibly
Then
know.
guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
It's both, right? Or neither. The cat is paused for dramatic effect.
Nope,
Alive.
you're wrong.
It's dead.
That's wrong too.
Yep.
The
What's
answer
the right
is
answer?
that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
Probably from its perspective, I doubt that's true. But from our perspective, sure. What? How does it make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles, since we can't know when they were emitted or where. We only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it?
Yes.
If the cat in the box is possibilities.
Then it's both alive and dead.
Right, so let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh?
Thanks for that, Fire.
Looks
I feel
like
so
the
much
cat's
better
alive. Anyway, that's Schrodinger's cat.
now. I'm aware of that, but that doesn't help.
The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
Just tell me who freaking Zero is, would you? So there's another world out there where the cat died.
Yeah, that's the idea. Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane. You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead at the same time? And if the moment the lid is open determines whether or not the cat's dead, then it's almost like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Think back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote? But what happened this time?
Opposite. I chose Ally, you chose Betray.
Right.
Yeah.
Both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the deadline, as always, on the last pissing second.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose Betray, then my vote was Ally. If you chose Ally, then my vote was Betray. But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange?
No.
You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
Then my choice in the future altered your action in the past.
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
Now I thought about it, round 1 had been the same. When I chose an ally, Alice chose Betray. When I chose Betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
Do we have to? As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
All right. Answer this question.
7.
What number is the die on?
7. 15. Has to be 4.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job. You got it right.
Because it's a fluke.
Was it? Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
I don't know. 4, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number.
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Wait, what do you mean?
Your choice in the future has an effect on the past.
That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point.
Can you go away now?
Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Whoa, I think I get it now. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least. Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump.
No, that's really annoying.
Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited.
Rather.
And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks us how we know X, all we can think of to say is, I just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before. Why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just,
Just what?
well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here.
Well, yeah, just like last time it was about telekinesis, sort
There's
of.
no way this doesn't have
The
something to
morphogenetic
do with
field.
whatever Zero Senior's trying to do.
Maybe he's trying to send us back in time somehow to stop the Radical 6 infection or something? I
Why
don't know.
would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
Just to fuck with us. Yeah, kitten, are you? It's okay, I'll go and kill myself now. Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box right meow.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
That's true, because it could be alive or dead right now because of Radical 6.
Yeah, we might be determining the history of the world outside.
No way. I had 1,000 other questions before I could open my mouth to ask them. What now?
Oh, good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Yes,
Of course it did. It always bloody does.
we found it.
Found what?
What do you mean, what? What else could we find?
The number
The
2 bomb.
The other antimatter bomb. The number 2 bomb is in the control room.
Control room. Hell yeah. How did we not see it last time?
Yeah.
Is this it?
This is one of them, all right.
It's number 2, apparently. Well, at least we found them all now.
No, there could be more.
We found all 4.
Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there. We have no way to know.
No, there's not. There's a number 0 bomb, though. Did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really. But I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyoji and Dio were there. So
Crap.
were Alice and Quark, of course, although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
There's nobody else here, though. Where'd they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you two.
What about Alice and Quark?
They're the same, still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
That's good. Fi and I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
Suppose. Took her only a moment to explain. Alice was a green solo. Quark was a blue solo. Dio was a yellow pear. Tenmyoji was a cyan pear. The Tenmyoji's with us. So what are our options for groups? Fi, me, and
The
Tenmyoji.
next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
Fi laid out what that would mean. Option A. Fi and Tenmyoji would pair with me, red. Kay and Dio with Quark. Clover and Luna with Alice.
Huh? There's only one option?
Yeah, Any other combinations don't make white.
Go to Alice and Quark. Luna said it's gonna be a while till they wake
We'll
up.
just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah, we'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry it?
Yeah. Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
What about Quark?
He's on Kay's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
Kay could easily carry him, yeah. He's carried him a lot in this game so far. Well, we still need to figure out what we're going to do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered with the remote.
Maybe. But we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
A couple 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb shouldn't have as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Which is nothing to sniff at, but it's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking about. But we're in the control room. The generator in there is an antimatter generator.
It could be.
An
One
annihilation
of these bombs
generator.
are just like the detonator.
Oh, you mean there might be a bunch more anti-hydrogen around here somewhere? In there. Yeah, right over there.
The reactor.
Yeah, there are supposed to only be 18 antimatter reactors in the whole world. If that's one of them, then there's a lot of anti-hydrogen.
How much is a lot?
3.5 kilograms.
3.5? That's like 10,000 times more than Alice's 350 milligrams.
If there really is that much, and if it does explode,
Then we would be looking at an explosion roughly 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
No, that's insane. Alright, well we need to wrap this episode up.
Clover, how did you know that?
Because we are out of time for this episode. We're going to have to wrap this one up in the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.